Hello, you reached Unlock Your Bioenergy, streaming to you live. Today is Wednesday, January 14th, 2026. I'm Gordon. And today I want to talk about this article that someone said this VO₂ Max thing was the best that they've read. So let's have a look. Oh, Phil. All right. So, this VO₂ Max thing. This article we've got right here. Let's have a look. This is posted by therunningweek.com, where it states VO₂ Max, everything you need to know. It was published back on July 18th, 2024 by this individual named Matteo. And he writes, exercise scientists, however, have a powerful tool to gauge cardiorespiratory fitness, VO2, which stands for the volume of oxygen consumed by the body per minute. The significance of VO2 max in exercise science. If I were to ask you how strong you are, you might reply with the amount of weight you can bench press on the number of push-ups or the number of push-ups you can do. Most people kind of think that. But quantifying cardiorespiratory fitness is not as simple. When some people may know their mile time, that measurement is more about speed than physiology. Exercise scientists, however, have a powerful tool to gauge cardiorespiratory fitness, VO2, which stands for the volume of oxygen consumed by the body per minute. Not only does VO2 allow us to assign a number to our cardiovascular fitness, but it also serves as one of the most valuable predictors of heart disease and mortality. What is the VO2 max and how is it measured? VO2 is measured in millimeters per kilogram per minute, representing the amount of oxygen consumed per minute per kilogram of body mass. This relative VO2 allows for comparisons across different body sizes. Alternatively, we can calculate absolute VO2 by omitting body weight. Some refer to this measurement as oxygen consumption. So, what actually consumes oxygen when we measure VO2? It says here, the primary culprit is the mitochondria in our body's tissue. Mitochondria are known as the powerhouse of all the cells because they utilize oxygen to generate energy. And some people have written ATP as well. However, people can have varying degrees of mitochondrial efficiency, and mitochondria become less efficient as we age. Additionally, different organs have different quantities of mitochondria and oxygen consumption rates. For instance, our hearts consume 11% of the oxygen in our bodies, even though they only account for about 0.6% of our total mass. Our brains, on the other hand, consume 20% of our oxygen while representing only 2% of our body weight. Surprisingly, muscles, which constitute about half of our body weight, only consume 20% of our total VO2 at rest. However, during exercise, the muscles demand more oxygen, causing overall VO2 to increase. To calculate your VO2 during exercise and at rest, exercise scientists use the FIC, so F-I-C-K equation, which is VO2 equals cardiac output times the arteriovenous oxygen difference. So let's break this down. Think of think of systemic circulation as an all-you-can-eat sushi restaurant with a conveyor belt delivering sushi every minute. The hungry patron represents the oxygen-hungry tissues in the body, and the plates are red blood cells carrying oxygen through blood vessels, which are the conveyor belt. So, to measure the patron's consumption, we count the sushi on one side of the belt and then on the other side, subtracting the difference to determine the amount eaten. Okay. Similarly, in the human body, we can compare the amount of oxygen in our arteries to that in our veins, and the difference is called the arteriovenous oxygen difference, in brackets, A-VO2 difference, close bracket. At rest, this difference is around 4 milliliters of oxygen per 100 milliliters of blood. But during intense exercise, it can increase to about 16 milliliters difference. This signifies that tissues, especially skeletal muscles, consume more oxygen from the blood during exercise, resulting in a higher VO2 difference. The importance of VO2 max for runners, or in my case, jump roper, a skipper, to meet the oxygen demand during exercise, the body increases stroke volume, the amount of blood pumped out of the left ventricle with each pump, and heart rate. However, there's a limit to how much oxygen can be delivered to the tissues, known as VO2 max. This is the maximum capacity of our cardiovascular system to supply oxygen to the working muscles. VO2 max represents the peak of aerobic performance, and it plays a significant role in gauging overall cardiorespiratory fitness. Now let's address why VO2 is so important. First and foremost, VO2 max is the most representative measure of cardiorespiratory fitness available. While these are various tests that rank fitness based on different scales and percentiles, they lack direct physiological measurements. VO2, on the other hand, provides a direct assessment of oxygen transportation from the lungs to the muscles and its utilization for work. The second reason for the importance of VO2 is its correlation with heart disease. Studies have consistently shown that individuals with low VO2 are at a higher risk of heart disease and mortality, independent of other risk factors such as obesity, type 2 diabetes, or high blood pressure. Improving VO2 by even a small amount can lead to a significant increase in the chances of survival, making it a valuable modifiable risk factor. So what's a good VO2 max? VO2 max numbers vary from person to person. Factors like age, gender, and fitness level will affect your VO2 max number. So on this chart here, this table shows VO2 max chart for men. So there is a rating: excellent, good, average, average, below average, and very poor. So age group from 18 to 25, that would be greater than 60 milliliters per kilogram. 25 to 35 years old, 56. Age 36 to 45 would be 51. And age 46 to 55, which is my age, I'm 49, should be greater than 45 milliliters per kilogram. So when I see this rating as excellent, I wonder where my specific VO2 results are, or readings are, per milliliter per kilogram. It's something that I've been interested in for quite some time, and there's some equipment that's out there that I would be interested in procuring, but I don't have the funds to do that. And when I talk about drinking the cleanest and most absorbable water and knowing that it has fundamentally changed how my performance is, this would be my method of measuring and to prove it to you, the viewer, that I am actually saying something of legitimacy here when it comes to talking about the importance of water and how it affects your blood quality. Now, when this article talks about mitochondria, well then, here I have the other thing, that's this guy right here, this other tool that I use to increase the production of mitochondria in the body, activate stem cells. And when you support it with the cleanest and most absorbable, which is deuterium free, what do you think happens? Is it a fluke that I can reach heart rates over 200 as I did just yesterday? If you look at this here, this presentation, yesterday I hit over 200, and I maintained that heart rate over 200 for 60 straight seconds. Over 200. And at my age of 49, I'm debunking the mathematical formula 220 less your age. So 220 less 49, what's my maximum heart rate? Technically, mathematically should be 171? Really? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think that's the case at all. And if I had this VO2 Max equipment, I'd prove it to you. So, and tomorrow I'm actually going to elaborate more on regards to deuterium. So, if you're interested in learning more about that, I will share more tomorrow. That's the plan. So, here now, continuing on with this chart for women, because there's measurements for women. Excellent for, you see here, 18 to 25, 56, greater than 56 milliliter per kilogram in the age group, so forth. So if you're in your 40s, then you should be greater than 40. As for men, they say it's over 45. So a marginal difference, not much. And it's kind of interesting to see this. So, further, how to improve your VO2 max. It states here you can increase and improve your VO2 max in 2 ways. By increasing the amount of blood your heart can pump. So when the blood is 94% water, what do you think is the best way to improve that? Or, number 2, how to improve your VO2 max? By increasing how much oxygen your muscles can take. Well, first of all, you got to have the delivery system in order for that to occur. And then if you add resistance and vibration training, let's say, could that increase how much oxygen the muscle can take? That's a very interesting question. And maybe it's one of the reasons why I can continue to do vibration plate training regularly, because the amount of sensation, the oxidation burn that I get from it is very, very strong. And when you add the resistance, it's very uncomfortable. But does it make the muscle stronger, able to perform? over and over and over and over and over again. Like, it's one thing when you hit failure, can you keep hitting failure? Is that a stronger sign of muscle density and strength? It's a very interesting question. So from a performance standpoint, if you're looking at like, you know, let's say if you're a cyclist, you're probably going to use well, you're going to be, if you're, let's say, doing Tour de France, you have gears to help you along, so to maintain, let's say, a less explosive type of movement. So you're activating type 1 muscle fibers. Then those fibers, they can go all day. Technically, if you train them that way, it's like when you're walking. You could walk a long time, and that's a type 1 muscle fiber. Type 2 is explosive, where you're sprinting, and sprinting doesn't last very long. Why is that? Well, because of the muscle, how much energy it uses. So your training methods would have to be accommodating to develop that. So if you want to be the fastest sprinter in the world, you got to make sure that your muscle can deliver on that type 2 power, but also maintain it. That's the key. So does vibration training combine the best of both worlds? It's possible. I'm telling you, there's something to it. Something to it. So this verse in the article states further, the following tips may help you develop these two components. Opt for high intensity intervals. You can train your VO2 max most efficiently by working at a high intensity. Sounds familiar. It's what I did yesterday. And during the warm-up, the last 2.5 minutes, I pushed the intensity to the absolute maximum as I could yesterday. And I'm going to try to do it again today. Many running coaches recommend training at around 90 to 95% of your maximum heart rate. So my maximum heart rate is at 217. That's my all-time max, which which was recorded on November 6, 2023. So am I in this zone here of 90 to 95%? Let's see. So I said 217 is my max, and yesterday I did 209. So 209 divided by 217. Look at that. I'm above that range of training around 90-95. So is there something to be said when I'm using this here as one of the benefits to increase athletic performance, energy, and vitality? And it fits right into my lifestyle when I put it on right here. Today is day number 275. I'm starting to see some things here that are the stars are aligning. And this is the first time I'm reading this article in its full entirety. So working near your max heart rate helps strengthen the muscles in your heart and increase the volume of blood trusted source. It can pump with each beat. Now this really makes sense, because yesterday, if you watched when I hit 209 and I went to the very end of the 2.5 minutes, and in 30 seconds my heart recovered in it went from over 200 to 150 something. I don't know what it was exactly. I think I have it written in the description of yesterday's video. Here, I'll just go to it. Here, let's see if I can find it. Oh goodness, lovely. Here. Okay, so that is yesterday's video. Gotta find it here. See if I wrote it. So after 1 minute and 25 seconds, okay. Oh no, I did it the day before. So for tomorrow, what I think I'll look at the rewatch yesterday's video and calculate how long it took for my heart rate to drop or recover in 30 seconds, and then after 1 minute, and then after a minute and a half, and then after a full 2 minutes. So then you can see that my body's pumping the blood, and when I'm pushing 96% of my maximum heart rate that I know, something I'm doing is right. And what is it that I'm doing that's right? Is it the combination of the two things? I think so. And then here it says you can approximate your maximum heart rate by subtracting your age from 220. Ah, yes. So I guess I have the age. If I have 200, my maximum heart rate is 217 recorded. So that means I have a heart rate of a 3-year-old at the age of, what was it, 2 years ago? Like, does it make sense? What doesn't add up here? What's the norm? Am I above the norm? Am I special? No, I'm not special. I'm just doing what I do. That's it. So this is a gauge, but I'm trying to explain what is possible to you. And does this and the water combined do something special? If you're a serious athlete and you want to close the gap on your competition or increase the gap on your competition, so this person writes, hill training. Find a hill in your neighborhood or nearby with a good grade. So elevation, like going up like that. Something challenging but not overwhelming. Run as hard as you can up the hill and then run down slowly until you get back to where you started. Repeat the process at least 4 times. Or combine interval and continuous training. Incorporating both continuous training and interval training in your workout program may be more effective than only performing one of the two. Many of the studies, trusted source, that have found that largest increase in VO2 max have used a 10-week training program consisting of 6 workouts per week. Well, look at that. Isn't that interesting? I'm 6 days a week. In the studies, participants performed intervals and continuous running on alternate days. Well, I don't run, but I skip. 10 minutes of skipping is equivalent to 30 minutes of running. So you be the judge on that. So is my example or demonstration 6 days a week equivalent to this? Yeah, I think so. So on interval days, they performed 6 5-minute sessions on a stationary bike at a workload close to their VO2 max, separated by 2 minutes of recovery between each interval. On continuous running days, participants ran as far as possible for 30 minutes per day the first week, 35 minutes the second week, and for at least 40 minutes during the remaining weeks. It's worth noting that this program is quite intense and is only suitable for people who are already fit. In the first study to use this program, participants continued to see increases in VO2 max at the end of the study, but participants started to drop out because of the difficulty of the training. Well, I could see that happening, because if you have poor blood quality, you're not going to be able to do it. Your body, the blood's not going to be able to deliver the oxygen. It's quite simple. Doesn't get any more simple than that. And so how many people are drinking supposedly good water? How many? Think about it. So conclusion, VO2 max is a critical metric for understanding cardiovascular fitness and predicting the risk of heart disease. As we continue to explore exercise physiology, there are various topics we can delve into, from VO2 measurement and graded exercise testing to aerobic exercise adaptations and the effects of training on VO2 max. So, a very good article, in my opinion. And I'm glad I found this because it was just recently. Somebody had posted a comment and I stumbled across it. And goes to show that, goes to support what I'm doing. It's actually doing something. And speaking of doing something, I'm going to have fun for a moment here. There's this little short video here. Ha!
Bend over. Now put your feet over the broom. Okay, hold on, give me a second. Put your leg up. Bro, okay, you're gonna see when you get down here, it's actually... It's not that hard. No, lift your whole leg up and put it over the broom. Oh my, no, it's actually hard. 90
Here.
degree angle. I know you're good at your arthritis. 90-degree angle, easy. Okay, what's the next option? What's the next option? To put a foot over the broom. Okay. Hold on. Y'all push, stop trying to push me. Bro, come on now. I'm trying to push me. It's crazy.
So,
Put your leg over. I'm trying.
number 3.
Hey, at least one of my feet basically made it over. Bro, you're over here tipping over. What are you twerking? You can't even lift one leg. Lift your kneecap. You gotta go on your tippy toes, probably. No, you shift your weight this way, like.
Okay, so you want to grab the broom, you want to bend over, you put your feet over, and then you pull it up.
That's it?
That's it. So, things girls can do that guys can't. Well, here, let's see if I can do it. I don't know. I'm kind of curious. All right, so I'll just switch the screen here. And yes, I'll do this one. So, I got a broom here. Okay. There we go, like this. Ta-da! And I'm wearing shoes. So, I think I just debunked this one too. I think also there's other factors that can affect whether or not you can do this, depending on how long your femur bone is, you know, from here to here. How long does your go? Like, does, see, my knee almost, my fingertips almost touch my knee. Right, here's my knee. There's my knee. So that's what, you know, that much? A phone width? Distance between. So I think it all depends on your physiology, the length of your arms, how tall you are. That can affect whether you can do play these games. And lastly but not least, I wanted to share that I have entered my name into the muscle and fitness contest that's going on. And I received notice that I was selected as you know, as a participant, and so I received a text message that said, "Oh, thank you, Gordon. We have our team has selected you, and here, sign up, fill out the rest of the registration." So if you think that I am as real as a heart attack and deserve to win 20,000 and be featured in Muscle and Fitness magazine, public voting begins soon, which will be, I think, on the 26th of January. So I ask for your support, and if I win, then I'm going to use some of those funds to purchase this VO₂ Max equipment so I can really show something to you and validate what I just talked about with regards to that VO₂ article. So that's my goal. And before I begin today's workout, scan. Phil is texting again. Scan the QR code. It'll take you to unlockyourBioenergy.GoDaddySites.com. And when you visit that website, you'll see these buttons on screen. And that will allow you to have a look at a variety of different things. If you click on this button here, it will take you to startx39.com, where you can find specific details with regards to the phototherapy patch that I use and wear. That's this. And when you click on this button here, you come back, you can find additional details, not that one, but what other options are available. So if you want to increase beta oxidation inside your body, essentially you want to kill some fat, then your friend is the Inner Spark right here. And if you have pain, Ice Wave is good, very good for that, along with the Aeon, which is inflammation reduction. And if you want to increase glutathione, that's this thing right here, okay, as you see on the screen. That's the Y-Age Renew. And these patches are 100% non-invasive. So meaning nothing enters the body outside of the light that's reflected like a mirror. And is very specific wavelengths. And it's protected with patents. And you can experience the benefits with the X39. You can improve that mental clarity, feel rapid pain relief and reduced inflammation. You can improve your skin. I like this. I got nice cheeks. Enhance your sports performance like I do 6 days a week. Experience increased energy and vitality. And lastly, experience and feel the benefit of faster recovery from exercise. And that's what we're going to do today. Yesterday I did chest and triceps. So there's a quick link that'll take you directly to my shop, as I am a registered brand member with LifeWave. And I would appreciate your support, not only with the purchase of the X39, but also a vote when voting opens for Muscle and Fitness. Do I deserve to be featured in that magazine and win that prize of 20,000? Your help to achieve that goal would be greatly appreciated. And then it'll allow me to continue doing what I'm doing. And I will even increase and up the ante to prove it to you. So, with that, today's workout. I've got my trusty beaded rope, which I'm going to use today. And I'm going to turn on the heart rate monitor. I'm going to set the... Okay, should be working here. That's good. I'm going to set the metronome at 165. So that'll be the striving pace during the high intensity portion. So when I'm doing double unders, I want to try to match the 165 for the single steps, eight basic bounces, and then do 8 double unders, and then so rotating back and forth till the end, and to see how high my heart rate actually goes. Yesterday was 209. Let's see where it goes today. And with that, so yesterday you see there's the results. which was January 13th. Today's the 14th. Let's begin. And of course, yes, you... Ready? Let's begin. So, when the screen turns blue, that'll signify the high intensity portion. Right now it's low intensity, so warm up the body. Skip at a pace that is comfortable for you. That's 165. So you can see my heart rate respond pretty quickly. You can do a variety of tricks or a variety of different types of steps. Jumping jack. There's all kinds of things you can do. I like to just keep it simple. That way, keep the heart rate up. And with leg day today, you're going to be doing squats with hip thruster. And then a squat with a TKE feeling, reverse lunge, left and right. Tibia exercise and calf raises. So, should be a solid effort or a solid workout today, focusing on legs. The hip thrusts will involve the glutes as well, so that'll be the first exercise. So for those that are wondering, what about the glutes? I don't forget them. So let's see if I can hit the 96th percentile maximum. When you see red on the screen, then you know I'm hitting it, because the heart rate monitor, the app detects that where I'm in the zone, which zone I'm in. And obviously, right now at 120, this is just, feels like I'm walking. So we'll see how quickly it takes for my heart rate to rise. Yesterday was a minute and a half worth of intensity for it to respond, to get up there. And if it takes a shorter period for you, then you know you have some work to do, perhaps. And feel the pectoral muscles yesterday from yesterday's workout. I can feel I guess the pain associated with doing solid effort, and it's good. It's a good feeling. So I do chase that, and I'll be chasing it with the legs today, and then switching back to shoulders tomorrow. So let's see how the body responds today and how I'll respond tomorrow after leg day. Alright, so 10 seconds and for a 2.5 minute burst. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 5, 6, 7, 8. It certainly felt different today, and I think I know why. I wanted to elaborate briefly why I think why it felt different today. Last night for dinner, I had homemade soup with 114 degree molecular bond angle water. There was potatoes, chicken, edamame. What else was in it? Lentils, herbs and spices. And I also had popcorn last night as a snack because the soup was also not as filling, because if it's not a meat and protein, you know, your stomach's not gonna feel as satisfied. So I did have some popcorn last night, just a small bowl size. So and I felt different today because my energy levels just felt different. And so, can food choices from the night prior affect your performance the following day? It certainly can. And you know, it did take me longer to get up to the higher echelon of the heart rate. So and I wasn't skimping on tempo either. So watching the replay, I'll be able to see what transpired. Maybe I'll see something else. But with that, today's workout. So proceed with the next step. It's going to be first starting with a squat with hip thruster. So what I've got here is my trusty piece of wood attached to a bar. So you can see here what I've got. I'm using just the anywhere anchors. And what I will do is set it up this way. Along with the vibration plate. So I'm going to step into the hip thruster for the hip anchor. See if I have enough. Just a little bit more forward. Okay, good. Now, I'm going to grab this guy and place it on top. Step into the band. I'm using, this is the 13-pound band, so 13 times 4, that's the total weight. So 48 pounds worth of resistance. Then let's begin. Here we go. So try to stand, keep upright. See if I can touch this. That's good. Certainly feels uncomfortable already. Can make a little bit more of a wider angle, so my feet are kind of like this. certainly have a lot less tolerance for the legs. The pain is much stronger because it's a bigger muscle. It's something that I have to work on strengthening. Okay. Next exercise, I'm going to switch to a TKE. So, meaning I'm going to turn this around. That way my feet are pointed this way towards the just going to do this. There we go. So, this is the TKE version. Okay, come on. There we go. So, a little narrower stance. Here we go. So this is the TKE version. So you can see my knees. Doing a V stance makes the muscle scream differently. Because here, different part of the quad feels here. Try not to lean forward. That way it keeps the focus on the quadriceps. This kind of mimics a pistol squat. good. Next up is reverse lunges. So, for today's reverse lunge exercise, I'm gonna take off the anywhere anchors off the wood, and what I'm gonna do is attach both to one foot. Work that side and then switch to the other. So, doing that, using these anchors, I can squeeze them into place here. So there's one, and they won't fall off. Because as soon as you start tugging on the band, they keep it tight. So I've got other ideas that I'm going to use this for in the future. But for today, just going to keep it simple. So, pulling the band through, locking it in place. Now, start with the left. So this is, now, I'm going to do a reverse lunge with a vibration plate, and the leg that's loose, I'm going to switch, kind of change the positions, so kind of wide, narrow, and keep the tension on the quads. All right, here we go. Oh wow. This really does work. Kind of keep tendency is to move too fast, so it's working more of the type 2 as opposed to a single squat, or when I'm doing a full squat with the both feet, it can work more of the type 1 fibers. Oh wow. Slow it down this way. Lift the heel off the ground. Oh wow. It certainly makes the calf scream. You can really feel it. You can tell my heart rate is up. Wow. Oh wow. This really stings. Could change this into a hip flexor as well if you wanted to. Like there's different things it can do. And I'll switch it up in the future. Wow. The calf muscle is just burning. In addition to the quad. Because it's trying to stabilize. Okay. Now, switch feet, slide this off, which comes off easy. Now, put it on the other side, So you can see how I've got the band attached here. So just, this guy goes like this, nice and easy. Slide the anchor portion through. Nice if this is slightly larger, but this is just right enough. I think for most people, it'll fit over the ball of your shoe quite easily. And if you needed to do it barefoot, you could do it barefoot. This wouldn't hurt. Oh, I'm not have to go on the same side. Not alternating. So, we're doing it this way. Pulling it through. Ah, lovely. So, slight change on the foot. Okay. There you go. So, here we have it attached to the other side. There we are. And here we go. Hopefully it doesn't come off. It shouldn't. Can stick on the bottom if you wanted to. To change it up slightly. Oh. This is not comfortable. Oh wow. Oh wow. That's a whole lot of discomfort. Not done with that yet. All right. Next is switching to the tibia, and here I got double these guys. Which ones are those? Yeah, that's the guy. Alright. And where's the other guy? Okay. So I'm attaching the bands to the lower anchor point here. And what I will be doing is putting them over my shoe like this. So that way I'm pulling my toes away from the wall. So, like I'm gonna kick a soccer ball. Okay. Yeah, I think that's about right. Yeah. Now, setting 3 minutes. So, using my toes, I'm pointing them this way towards you, the camera. So, really forcing the tibia to do the work here. Flexing it all the way as if I'm doing a bicep curl, but with my toes. That's what I'm doing. All right. Oh. Wow. That certainly works the tibia. I can feel it. All right, last but not least, we have the calf raises. So I'm going to switch back to using my trusty 2x4 and piece of plywood. So I'm going to attach slide the anchors back on, nice and easy here. Each side, like this. Pull it through. And I have a solid anchor point. As long as I keep stepping on that 2x4. Don't have any issue. Alright. So, not slide off. Now we put this guy into position here. And I'm going to step like I'm stepping on a regular staircase. Basically what I'm doing. All right. Ready? Here we go. All the blood is in the legs today. Calling for all the oxygen. Wow, the calves are hurting. Failure. They've reached failure, kind of. And I'm just pushing through now. All right. That's it for today. So got less than 45 minutes. So you can see here. Timestamp. Today's date, January 14th, 2026. Total time, 41:11. Starting time of today's workout was at 2:02 Mountain Standard Time. And have a look here at heart rate. Okay. Today I hit a maximum heart rate of 193. So, and I was in that zone for 18 seconds between 185 to 206. So I could definitely feel the difference today. And I think my body's just responding, maybe higher levels of hydrogen and oxygen inside the body overall because of the soup that I ate last night. And you can see I had a little bit two moments of recovery during that 2 minutes. So I had a peak and then it dropped, and then I peaked back up, dropped again, peaked back up. So had I had, let's say, another 30 seconds, I probably could have done exactly the same, another lower peak, or perhaps even just keep going up over 200. So my endurance was longer today, which makes me think about the popcorn that I had last night, more carbs in the body. So, and just my body's ability was different today to cope with the intensity, and it's reflective in the heart rate today. So, and tomorrow will be Thirsty Thursday, where I will debrief a little bit more, but the topic will be about deuterium. So tune in for tomorrow. I'll be back. And before I forget, make sure you scan that QR code to power your workouts with what I call the best, which is the X39. And you could increase its effectiveness with deuterium depleted water with a bond angle of 114 degrees and surely feel all the benefits that you see on screen here. And that way you're really maximizing your efforts, and it's possible. I'm showing you 6 days a week, so you can put your trust in me if that's what you want, because I'll be here tomorrow to do it again, and again another fitness test on Feel It Friday will be the cards. That'll be an endurance / fitness test, and then the real stress test comes on Saturday. So tune in the rest of the week. We'll see you then. Have a good night.